Hello guys, in the previous lesson we talked about how to set up a server and how to display a sample PHP code on the website. But this type of manual writing is not mostly a real world scenario. The real world scenario is when you connect your PHP code to the database, usually MySQL, and you fetch the data from the database and show it on the server. So you don't have to write anything manually. It just fetches all of the data from the backend and displays it over here, and you can edit also, and you can apply all sorts of functions on that. So that's the real world scenario, and we'll be taking a look at how we can achieve that. So to do that, you need to connect it with a database. First, you need to create a database and you go to the local host and you go to PHP MyAdmin. PHP MyAdmin, which is the tool which manages the database. So, so I highly recommend you to know a little bit of MySQL, if not fully, because uh, it will help you learn about the database, how they function, and how it's related to the server-side languages, which is the PHP. And you click on database, and for this purpose, we will just create a new database called Awesome Database, since our website is called My Awesome Website. So after a database is created, it has nothing. So you need to create a table. You can create as many as as you want. So for test purposes, we'll just write fruits. So and just give a number of columns as 2. So the first one is usually the ID, which is the primary value, and it is auto incremented. What this means is that for each new row, it will take a unique value and apply it. We do int number, the numerical number, because it's easy to go to next number. For example, first one is 1, second one is 2, and so forth. And the second column will name it as fruit, and will give it varchar, which is the text, and we'll give it a maximum length of 100. So we'll save it, and the database has been created. So we'll click on this, and we will insert sample data on it. So we will just write fruit name over here, for example, mango, and you don't need to write the ID, it gets auto incremented. So we will write uh, multiple fruit names. So even if you don't know MySQL, you can do it, because it's the you just need to write. You can either do it by going to insert or just write fruit names over here. So once you've created a sample database, or in your real world scenario, you will get live data. So these are the 5 entries I made, and now we want to display this on our PHP website. So first of all, you need to create. We go back to over this, and we create a new file named connection.php. If you go back, I created a new file connection, and we write this. We create a variable c double n. You can write the any variable as you want. We created one, and we gave it a function mysqli connect. So what this does is it connects the website to the database. So first one is the local host, second is the username, The third one is the password, and the fourth one is your database name, which was, let's confirm, which was the awesome underscore database. You need to write the name of the database that you created. After saving, we go back to our original file, and then we open up the PHP tags and include this connection .php in this page, in this file. So the reason for that, the reason for including this over here, instead of just we could also have just copy paste this MySQL connect on and paste it over here, but that's not a good way because all the sensitive information is displayed. So we just need to create one connection file and just uh, include the file name on any of the PHP page that you are making. So next we will fetch the data. So to do that, you will create a variable name and write a query uh, in inverted commas. So to do that, you will write select all from. After from, you will specify the table name. So we created fruits. Okay, and the next another variable we will create and name it result, and what we need to do is at the top the system will think that this is just a string, but to show that it's not actually a string but actually a MySQL uh, query, so we will not need to write MySQL query and name it SQL, comma, and then include the uh, connection variable, which was this. As you can see, this is the connection which we want to fetch from the database. So after doing that, so this is the result part. Now, if we want to display in the table, we will remove all of these rows. We will remove all of these rows, and now you need to again open up PHP tag and write while query. While, so we need to refresh the rows. So after MySQL, the system knows that it's a MySQL query. Now we need to tell the system that we are actually fetching the rows. So we will do MySQL fetch array. Sorry, this should be rows is equal to MySQL fetch array, and then we will specify the variable name, and then we want to open the curly brackets. So now we want to show the rows. Before that, I also forgot to specify the header name. You don't need to include it in the loop, so we will do this, the heading. So going back to this, where we want to fetch the arrays, we will close the tag and open it again. Wherever PHP code is used, we will use the tags again and again. So the reason for closing the tab is we want to actually display the table which is purely HTML. So we cannot directly include HTML in PHP. So we need to close the PHP tab and write HTML code now. So we will write tr, which is the row, and then td This will include the now we want to display the fetched arrays. So we will again open the PHP code and we will write echo and now variable name, which is, let's see, we will specify this rows variable rows, and we'll specify the column name, which the first one was ID, and we'll copy this. And again the second one was fruit, so fruit. Let me confirm if these were the same column names. Okay, so this is one, these one are in lowercase. You need to take care of the lowercase and uppercase. So after refreshing, let's see if our code works or not. So we actually got a few code problem over here that you can see some errors. So the first one is the main connection file. What I did wrong was actually just downloaded the my live server username and password, which is wrong. For WAMP server, this the default username is root and password is empty. So you can change it according to your needs, and so this is the default one which will work properly. And the second thing which I made a mistake was I actually the connection comes first and then the SQL query comes later. So I need to change the order. Apologies for the error. So after that, we will go back and click on refresh. And as you can see that it has successfully fetched the rows from the database. So that was all from this lesson. We've learned in this lesson how to set up a database and how to fetch arrays, which is shown from the database. Thank you.